we're going to be talking about the one thing, the key that you need to know in order to get your coaching and your healing practice established and thriving. And that brain fart. And that one thing is just showing up consistently. Social media is the easiest way, the fastest way to promote your products and your services. And if you're not showing up every single day, people won't know to find you. They won't remember that you're there. But when you keep showing up on their feed, this is going to leave an impression. People will see you and say, oh, yeah, I like that person. I want to hear what she has to say today. Oh, this is interesting. And you become a resource for people to go back to when they want to find information. There are several human design coaches who I love going back to Instagram. They have easy to follow, easy to understand things. I'm not even a big Instagram user, but when I need something and I'm thinking, oh, I remember someone talked about it. One of them, I think her handle is I am Eden Carpenter. And I love going to her page, and she'll have those intriguing hooks, right, that catch my attention and say, what you need to know about your throat chakra. And then she'll have carousels typically telling what information I want to know in that moment about my throat chakra. And you, as a coach or a healer, you have your specialty. You have your primary focus on what you talk about. And that's, you can be that go-to resource, but you have to show up consistently, keep creating that value-based content specifically for the people you want to help and the transformation you want to provide. This is something I am still floundering with. Here's the big reason that I am struggling, and this may sound familiar. Let me know in the comments if this sounds like you. I don't want to talk about the same thing every day. I am a multifaceted person, and I have so many interests, so many stories from my life that I would love to share. And so coming on and talking about the same thing day in and day out feels so uncomfortable. It's not that I'm not interested in doing it. Just as I started this video, that little brain fart that I had, it was more a sense of, am I really going to talk about the same thing every day? But the thing is, I love talking about this stuff. So this is part of my growth, my self-development experience to say, yes, I want to be known for encouraging coaches and healers to stop letting doubts, fears, and uncertainty hold them back, to give them the tools to promote their services on social media, because this is so valuable. Everyone is here. When you look around anywhere, everyone is on their phone. Chances are very good they're on social media or they're playing a game, right? But some type of life distraction. And if we have a message to share and something that we want to accomplish, if we have our own impact that we want to expand, it's so crucial that we keep showing up. And we keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again. My mentor, Michelle O'Neill, she's always talking about the Legacy Builders program and the 2-hour workday and the daily pay, the opportunity to earn daily pay when you master the 2-hour workday, when you take advantage of the automated business in a box systems that we have. She talks about the not needing to bother friends and family, because this is not a multi-level marketing. This is not affiliate marketing where you earn a small percentage of what you sell for someone else. This is a business opportunity where you purchase the program one time for a one-time fee. There's a $29 website fee, and then anytime you resell it, you get 100% profit. And I understand all of this. I understand it. It's up here. I love it. It's what gets me so excited about this. But what I realized today was talking about it, I'm not comfortable doing that. And it's not because it feels salesy. It just feels like something that I've heard over and over and over again so many times from my mentor that I'm not comfortable saying it yet. And this is my goal for 2025. In the coming weeks, I am going to this is a stretch. I am really going to start talking more about the program, and not not just the technical aspects of it, the features of it, the details of it, how many lessons, how many videos, blah, 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 blah. None of those things matter. What matters is what has happened, how I have transformed, how other people in this community have transformed themselves and their lives through this program. This program is a tool. I look at it as an internship for coaches and healers. And it's a beautiful business model for so many people. Any business, if you want to earn money online, this may be the solution for you. But there are some things that you need to be willing to step up and do. And number one is to show up and be consistent. Consistent in showing up in the community, consistent in studying the material, the lessons, the video lessons, the mentoring calls. Did I say creating the content? In growing and developing, using this as a self-development opportunity. These are skills. These are skills that you will take with you no matter where you go. Whether you decide to continue with this program, if you dedicate 6 months to it, I'm almost at the 6 months part. I'm just at 5 months. 5 months today. Happy celebration to me. If you are ready to commit to the process of learning and mastering some of these skills, then you can transform your life. You can transform your coaching practice. You can become that coach that everyone wants to work with. You can be the healer who has a list of people waiting for someone to cancel so that they can get in and receive your healing juju. But what we need to do is learn how to create our message, who we're talking to, what problem we solve. We need to talk about it consistently, over and over and over again. I like to think of it as familiar but fresh. So it's a slightly different spin because my energy today is different from my energy of yesterday, is different from my energy of tomorrow, because all of the things that happen in life that come around us, that impact us, but being able to show up every day in whatever shape or form I am. This morning I almost didn't come live because I was disappointed because I tried to go live yesterday using my Chromebook, because I want to start talking about the Legacy Builders program and I wanted to be able to show screenshots. But the camera, everything just looked really dark. Look at yesterday's live video and you'll see what I mean. I didn't want to do it. I had tried, and then through a series of just things were not working, I was starting to get frustrated. My vibration was starting to drop and I was starting to think, screw this. No one will know if I don't go live. And chances are good no one will go live. Looking at my analytics, this is this would be day 6 of going live, I think. I think this is the 6th one. And on the very first day, I had 1 viewer. The other ones, I haven't had any views yet. Well, I have had some replays because I posted in my community, the Legacy Builders community, that I had gone live and people came in and watched it, commented on it, which was awesome. Another supporting part of this community that I'm involved in. And so really, would anyone notice? Maybe not. Humans may not notice. But you know who will notice? That mysterious algorithm. The YouTube algorithm will say, look at her. She's gone live every single day. She hasn't missed a day. And that means something. And so maybe she's going to be putting out consistent content so that we can feed that out to the For You page, your home page, so that people will have more exposure to you. Within the Legacy Builders program, I'm also learning more about how the algorithms work, where they send out, and you can find this information elsewhere. It's not exclusive to the Legacy Builders program, but I really love having one place to go and get so much information. And then frequently what I will do is I will look to confirm it, because I don't want to just take this as gospel, this is everything. But from what I've learned is the YouTube algorithm, when I post a video, when I go live, it is sending this out to a small segment of people. It may send it out to people that have subscribed to my channel, and I'm so grateful for the 106 subscribers that I currently have. It will send it out to, a portion of the audience, a very small portion. And then if people watch, if they start to engage, then the algorithm will say, huh, people are interested in this. And they may spread it out to more people. And if more people are interested, they'll send more people to it. And so it will keep expanding until that level starts losing interest in it and they're not responding to it. And then the algorithm will say, okay, this is the cutoff point. And that's probably why on some social media platforms, you have people call it like the 200 view jail. You get pushed out, 200 people look at it, and then they not enough people are actively engaging in it. And so the algorithm says, okay, people aren't interested. All of these social media platforms, what they want is for people to stay on their platform. So it makes sense if people just keep scrolling by, they're not clicking on it, they're not going to keep showing it. So these are all things that you as a coach or a healer, you need to learn. And in the Legacy Builders program, I'm learning those things. And I'm starting to see the value of the hook, the thumbnail, the descriptions, the keywords, all of these things, and you can't know them all at once. And they will evolve and change as you test and you try things. So many of us, I know this is true for me, I know this is true for several of my friends, my peers, we put something out and we don't get the response that we hope for. And then we stop because it hurts our feelings and we start to doubt. We start to feel afraid of being judged. And am I just being silly? Was I really meant to do this? And so we stop. But what we need to do is keep saying, okay, so this wasn't resonating with people. What can I change? And if you are familiar, I'm not a huge scientist, didn't love science in school, but I do remember from the scientific method is when you are having an experiment, and if you look at this as an experiment, if you look at it as an experiment, you change one thing at a time. You have your starting point, that becomes your control, and you say, okay, not a great response to that. You change one thing, the way you're doing your thumbnails, or your description, or your hook, or not everything all at once, because if you change more than one thing at once, then you don't know which change actually had the big impact. So it's kind of fun, you know, if you allow yourself to have fun with it. And the reason I love the Legacy Builders program and the business model that this is, which is reselling digital programs. So if you've ever bought an online e-course, then this is a program that you should feel comfortable selling, reselling, promoting, because you've purchased them in the past. And if you purchase this one and you gain value from it, you learn things from it, you can talk about it with integrity, not from a place of making promises you know it won't deliver, but sharing your own experiences, which is what I'm doing. So the key thing is showing up consistently and making those small tweaks and becoming so clear on your message. Excuse me. And these are all part of your journey. These are all part of what we do, because anything that we want to promote, sell, market, all of those words, for me, promoting is the easiest one, the one that I resonate with most. Selling something that feels, I still have that mindset chatter around that, but I am selling something. I'm selling the Legacy Builders program, or one of the other 3 programs that are lower price. And that still is uncomfortable. And I, nope, I solemnly swear it feels uncomfortable. But I'm here doing it because I have a bigger purpose. And my purpose is, I tried and failed so many times to start a coaching practice. I thought that's what I was here to do. I thought that's how my impact could be experienced, shared the most in the world. And it's only actually been because of the Legacy Builders program that I had a realization that this isn't my path. Being a coach or healer in the traditional sense is not my path. What is my path is guiding and mentoring people. And it's just this light, you know, you're going down this path. Oh, it's like you're on an airplane from Los Angeles to Boston, and the pilot sets it on autopilot, so it's gonna fly, right? But if that um, autopilot, if the directions are off just a little bit, just like a percent or two. I remember seeing a graphic on this and it was phenomenal. It's going to go this way and it's going to miss Boston. Look at it. Do a Google search for that. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but 1% variation LA to Boston chart or something like that, because it's really, really cool. It makes it off by like 750 miles. And the reason I share that is because I thought I was going from LA to Boston. But really, what I was doing was going from LA to Portland, Maine. Only like 100 miles difference, 50 miles difference. But it's huge. It's huge. And that's what I found here. And that's why I love this program. I feel very comfortable talking about it. I do need to learn how to explain the actual program itself better. And this is part of the journey. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because we don't want people to always see the journey, because it's ugly, it's messy, it's it's uncomfortable and unfamiliar to share, because we want to be seen as the experts or people who at least have a clue of what we're talking about. And sometimes we're that apprentice. So that's another connection to the internship program aspect of it. I'm not trying to present myself as the expert. I'm learning, and I'm willing to share what I'm learning. I'm willing to invite you along the path, along the journey with me, until it no longer serves you. And whether this is something that within 4 or 6 months you can say, I got it. I understand how messaging works. I understand how consistency works. I understand how focusing 2 hours a day on income generating activities, for example, marketing, promoting your business, I understand how that all works. I understand how this model of setting up my systems in the background so that I can have people watch this video now and then follow the instructions, which my link is in the description. It's www.callywindcreates.com. The www does matter in this case. And you go there, you put your email address in, and you will start learning more about this program and how I look at it as an internship for coaches and healers. And that's one of the things I struggle with. So let me know in the comments here. Okay, so I want to help coaches and healers learn the marketing skills they need to have a thriving coaching and healing practice. Our world needs you so much. The world needs us, needs you, needs us so much, right? And yet this is also an online business in itself, because the course we are purchasing, we have the resale rights to that course. So we can share it with others freely, and they can purchase, we can share it with them, and they can purchase it from it. I said the word freely, I don't want to mean that we can give it to other people for free. We cannot. That's not part of the terms for reselling this program. The price is set. And one of the things that's lovely about that is, for so many coaches and healers, is this you? So many of us, we hesitate to price our programs because we don't want to make it so expensive that our ideal client can't afford it. And so many people will use the price as a reason to say no. But the reality is when we see the value in something and we really desperately want something, we can make the price work. We can find a way. And Legacy Builders does offer payment programs. I don't know if that's worldwide. The program is available worldwide, but I don't know if the payment options are worldwide. It may just be US based. But there are so many things that we can learn and so many things that we can do. Oh, so I lost my train of thought. I don't remember. But using it as I'll just go back to using it as an internship program, maybe that thought will come back to me, is we are just learning skills and we can share these with other people. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I knew it would come back to me. Do you have these senior moments? Even if you're 30, I used to have them when I was 30. We have the opportunity to share this. So I don't know whether to focus on this as the internship program and just the course itself, or to focus on this as a business by itself. Because there are people that join Legacy Builders for the sole reason to resell it. So they learn the skills and then they immediately start promoting this so that they can resell it. And that's actually what I am doing. However, I also want you to be aware of what the business part of it looks like. So you really know what it is that you're purchasing. So I encourage people when they go to my landing page, www.callywindcreates.com, to look at it from, am I interested in this as a buyer of this program, and and how can I look at this as someone who would be selling this program? Because we have that dual perspective. We are the student and we are the teacher. We are the buyer, we are the seller. And being aware of that, looking at what works for you, what doesn't work for you. There are some things within the program that we can change within the marketing aspect of it, not within the course itself. And just look at it from both perspectives. How would I feel sending someone else to this landing page? Would I feel good? Would I not like it? Because if you wouldn't like it, then this probably isn't an opportunity for you. But if you go there and you say, this isn't that bad, it doesn't look scammy, it doesn't look, so over the top with promises. One thing that I needed to do was, we're encouraged, if you have done any promotions, tried to promote your business before, we always hear about building your email list. And this is one thing that's emphasized in this program. Building your email list so you have what's called a capture or landing page. And people put their email address into it. And typically you are offering something free for them as kind of a thank you for signing up. And so Michelle O'Neill, she created a 10K in 30-day step-by-step thing, which is basically just talking about the Legacy Builder program and what's included with it is basically what it is. But that 10K to 30K, 10K in 30 days, that just, number one, for me, it still feels out of reach. I don't believe that that's possible for myself at this point in time. I'm still looking to attract one client, one customer who purchases at $100 to $300, $600, or $900. I'm waiting for that one customer. I see in our community every day people are posting that they've made $100, $300, $600, $900 sales of this product. So I know it works. I know it works. I'm still working on the mindset stuff of, will it work for me? And I'm doing my work. I'm showing up. I've been in this program for 5 months today, and I'm showing up. And I'm still learning. Am I a slow learner? I don't know. I'm having fun with it. So still, I have 61 and a half years worth of baggage to mull through and figure out how it blends with who I am today and who I'm helping. So we'll just say I'm just getting rid of a lot of baggage. So the thing that's so important is, I just had another brain fart. Oh, so my goal, so feeling comfortable saying, here, download my free guide of 10K in 30 days doesn't resonate with me. And I have not once, I don't think, maybe once, and it felt so icky I couldn't do it, have I talked about that. But what I did do was, and I didn't even have to change any of the content. All I did was rename it. And so if you're interested in learning 6 steps to build a profitable online business, go to my website. It's in the description, www.callywindcreates.com. And put your email address in there and you will get access to that mini guide. And it outlines what you will get, what you will learn with the Legacy Builders program. And there is an earnings disclaimer at the end because I don't know what you're going to do with it. How many are you? I'll raise my hand because I'm guilty of this. Purchasing a course that sounds really good, and perhaps it was a bargain course. It was only $7, $27. I've purchased a lot of $13.99 courses on Udemy, if you've ever been taken online courses there, and then have never opened them. So if you're going to hope to earn 10K in 30 days, if you're going to hope to build a profitable online business, you have to show up and do some work. It's one of the best analogies is the gym membership, right? You can join a gym, but if you don't show up and do the work, you're not going to see the results. This is a gym membership for your business, but you have to show up and do the work, and you have to show up consistently. Consistency is the key. Even on days when you don't feel like it, show up in some capacity. Even when your energy is low, show up in some capacity. Show your true nature. Be vulnerable. People care. You know, when some of the people that I follow, when they're coming on and they just say, you know what, I'm here for 5 minutes just because I need to do something. I actually did this on January 1st. I didn't have all that much time. Things had kind of, I don't need to go into that, sorry. I always want to go into the details. You don't need to know the details. You don't care about the details. Life happens and we put things off. So we have a choice. You have a 5-minute period of time. I chose to go live and just say, hey, I'm here. Check, you know, I was in the military and sometimes they would do formation and roll call and you just say, yep, I'm here. And then you just go on with your day. Checking in. Have you heard about the Jerry Seinfeld? He's a comedian, had the TV show Seinfeld. When he was first starting out, apparently, he said his goal was to write a joke a day. He wanted to be a master of joke writing and telling. And he set a goal to write a joke every day. And he had his wall calendar and he would put an X on the days that he wrote a joke. Didn't have to be a good joke, just a joke. And his thing that kept him going every day was he didn't want to break the chain. Because if you put X's, it starts to form a chain. And he didn't want to break it. And that's the type of consistency we need. We are coaches and healers. We have a strong message. We have important work to do. And yet, if we don't show up consistently, our audience, the people following us, they're going to say, well, what about you? I was listening to a Jim Rohn audiobook the other day, and someone asked him, because he talks about personal philosophies about success. He's long past, but he was one of my first self-development mentors. I would say he was my first one. And he shares, he was in a live webinar, not a webinar, a live presentation. And he says, yeah, and someone asked me, so Mr. Rohn, how are you doing with all of this stuff you teach? And he said, well, listen to me closely, but don't watch me too carefully, because we're all human and we all have our good days, our bad days, where we have doubts, where we have fears. And those of us who keep moving through them consistently, keep showing up, we become that model for someone to say, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. Oh, that looked uncomfortable. Oh, she started to tear up there. Oh, my heart. But if she can do it, I can do it. And this is the approach we need. The world needs to see more of us. The algorithms of these social media platforms need to say, hey, this Donna, she keeps showing up every day. Not that many people are watching her, but you know what? Because she showed up 10 days in a row, we're going to spread her message out a little bit further. And if people respond, great. If they don't respond, I get to look at that and say, I've been going live for 10 days, still don't have any views. What can I change? What one thing can I change? The title? The description? The time that I'm going live? My energy? What's one thing I can change? And go another 10 days. See if I'm getting any views yet. Because we will blame all of these outside factors on our success or our failure. That's honestly what I've done in the past. Yeah, hate to admit that, right? But these are just external factors that we have some control over pivoting, making small changes. Um, yeah, so it's a good journey. It's when I first started this, I looked at it more as a hobby, just something to try, something to spend my time. I'm a nomad. I'm out in the Arizona desert right now. I live in this 7 by 14-foot cargo trailer with my husband, and this just gives me something to do besides just scrolling on my phone. So, yeah, it's a fun activity, and I really feel like this is the bridge from my past failures as a coach or a healer into my future success, into the dreams that I have for helping people, for earning the income that I desire, that will make retirement so much easier, that will allow us to travel without worrying about the expenses, to experience the small roadside attractions where in the past I've looked at them and said, is that going to be worth the $10 admission fee? We went in Minnesota, we went to the Laura Ingalls Wilder homestead, and there is a place where you can see the dugout where they lived on Plum Creek. And it was a $10 vehicle charge to go in there. And I would have bypassed that at one point. And it's like, nope, no more. I want to see these things because this is part of history. That's part of history, and that's part of pop culture history. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s when Little House on the Prairie was big on TV. And I think it's still streaming or on in syndication on channels. But yeah, you have your choices, your dreams. You can stay stuck in failure and feel like there's just this big Grand Canyon in between you, South Rim, and the North Rim, and how could I get there? And say, you know what, it's not worth the time and the energy. But this Legacy Builders program is a bridge, and it will help you get there if you're willing to take those steps. And the first step is to go to my website and put your email address in, and we can start that conversation. Any questions you have, I would be happy to answer them. All right. I am going to sign off for today. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will be back tomorrow. All right. Bye.